And we're live in the 605 with another Lunchbox podcast.
Your break time entertainment.
Yes.
Everybody has a plus one.
Vincenzo.
Except for you, Ryan.
Where's the cat?
Uh-oh.
Nope. Keep going.
No, I don't remember what we're at. I think we're at 60 something or whatever. I don't know. I was listening to Andy's when I went to Yankton the other day, and
yeah,
he's really good at giving numbers. It's kind of nice, actually. But what do you want? That is a doggy. Yes. Why did you have to do that? That's all she's saying is doggy.
But it's a nice puppy.
Can't figure out that the dog's in the screen.
Everybody loves the puppy.
Yeah, everybody loves puppies, right?
It's gonna be a long night. Anyways, no, the title for today is Second Chances. And if anybody's wondering, we do come up with this. Literally, this one was probably 2 minutes.
2 minutes
ago.
For Miller.
But
and we're talking Legos, everybody. Oh
no. Well, you get that. Oh my gosh. All right. Up or down? All right. No, because I've actually come across more people that have been through shit, and they have, like, for instance, this one gal that works at one of the stores. She is 38. Her husband was murdered 2 years ago. And she went into this kind of a dark place, obviously, and then she lost all of her kids. And she's using us, as a platform to kind of like get that opportunity to get them back. But I think it's one of those things that if you were to meet her, like, face to face, you never know. And as we go through life, right? What's one of the things that you have fucked up, Ryan? Where you're like, boy, I'm glad I had another opportunity to not go down that dark road again.
It was probably being your friend in the first place.
Actually, after I asked that, I thought about that. I was like, yeah, I can go around. I was like,
let's hear fuck face.
Now we're stuck. No, I think it's everybody has a different scale of happiness, right? Everybody has different things that make them happy. Some people like to play video games, like Ryan. He's got all of his video game things on the side. Whereas somebody else might not find that as appealing, if that's the word. But no, I think that's one thing that when we go through it, right, you can respawn in a video game, right? You get another chance.
Redo.
You can reset it. Or, crazy thought, you could just get rid of it and never have it around ever again.
Second chances.
Yeah. There's that option.
And there is no other chance unless you buy
a second chance at being an adult. Throw out your video games.
I do the same thing with exercise, Amber. I even said, like, today, it's like, all last week, nobody even cared. Nobody even noticed. But I had breakfast, like a healthy breakfast, every single day. I had avocado and eggs every day. Every day.
Good job.
Don't feel any skinnier. Don't feel any better. So I'm just going to go back to being a fatty and having breakfast sandwiches at McDonald's.
I suppose you could do that after a week.
Second chance at ba 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 ba.
The somebody said something. If you want to save $5,000 a year, you cut out $13.70 a day of things you don't need. And I immediately thought of scooters and.
I spend $30 a day on scooter.
Think
probably
about what you just
probably $26 a day on scooter. Well, not a day, because we do split. Me and Gaddy. And Jeremy buys every once in a while. Amber buys every once in a while. But
hey, yeah, I do. I literally just bought the other day.
Amber, no one would have known. Only you saw my face, okay? Everybody thought, like, wow, that's really nice of Amber. That's really good. No, we got it.
But do you ever give
me elsewhere?
Do you ever get a bad one from Starbucks or scooters, and like you'll go back no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we've talked about this before with restaurants, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah, kind of.
Yep.
But same thing. I mean, it all kind of circles back around, right? You get back to would you give them a second chance, right?
Yeah.
Um,
We ordered Qdoba the other day, and they forgot like a chips and queso. Got billed for it, but then so it was through DoorDash. Like, what do you do? So I was just like, fuck it, whatever. Like, I could drive there, I could do whatever. We had the same thing happen at what was it, Flyboy Donuts, where we went that morning, got Flyboy Donuts, and then everybody got two, and then they forgot one of Piper's. So then we got back, and she's like, I want my chocolate one, please. And they only had her white one. And she's like, she was livid. I was like, do you want me to go back and get it? She's like, yes. And I didn't, but yeah, bad dad.
I want my chocolate one, please.
Life is just like this. Chocolate, please.
Yes.
Shit. But I'll still go back.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like restaurants, I feel like obviously working in them too, it's kind of, I don't want to say you can't really fuck it up that bad, but
shame on me for not checking, you know?
Yeah. There's always
you have to have some accountability yourself.
Yeah, to an extent, but and then there's the ones that get mad, and then come in, the restaurant after they go through the drive-through. No, I find it entertaining though sometimes in the restaurant world. Of I don't know a day that goes by where somebody could say like the whole store was perfect. Everywhere was perfect. Everything. Like,
jeez. Oh, now she's throwing up gang signs with her jean jacket. She in the the West Side Story. What is that? Oh, jeez.
Anyways, but yeah, no. People always give them, another chance. But when it comes to, we've all been through high school and college relationships, right? Not to get too deep into certain things, but I think we all have a friend that probably should have not gave a second chance. Because I mean, how many times can you be that bad of a person before you say, yeah? And obviously, McConnell, you see it because this podcast brought to you by Rogue Jeweler. Buy quality, save money, go Rogue.
I don't have my.
You have. I swear, you are like way too much energy at 9:30.
It's probably
but
all that
you see that market of people that are going through that process, right? And you can see that. You ever ask them like first one, second one?
Oh yeah, the repeat customers that come back, the old boomerangs. Yeah, I have seen that a couple times. Just job security.
How do you handle it?
Have you really? Like, people have come to you like, all right, I know you sold me a wedding ring, but it's a couple of years later. I'm buying an engagement ring.
Yeah, no, there was when I was at Riddles, I had a guy that I was there for 9 years, right? So but he went through 3 different engagement rings with 3 different girls. By the time I said if this one doesn't stick, I said maybe I'm the bad luck, So I joke with him.
Yeah. Did he find that funny?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because he even came back where he's like, back again, because they had a trade up program, right? So.
Well, did he come back with the ring?
Yeah. Yeah, some girls get to keep it, some girls don't. Legally, the girl can keep it because it is gifted as a present.
It is a gift, yeah.
If you are wondering, yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Good luck with that. So if she takes it and throws it in the river and you try to get after her for it, it's her property. It's her, so she can do whatever she wants. Yep. Or he.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, and then same thing with like employers and stuff, right?
There's so many employers that rehire back bad people.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, weird, huh?
Never heard of that.
Yeah. Give them a different spot or do something, or I don't know.
Yeah, you always wonder though, is like, I think that's the one thing I've noticed now though, is that like when you bring somebody back, it enables people to think that you can do it so many times, depending on the circumstances, right? Everybody has a story with it, right? Some people leave saying, the worst place in the world, and then they sit there and then they go somewhere. But they do something that's in the same industry, mind you.
Yeah.
And then, but either way, and then no, it's just kind of interesting when it's like just like people's livelihoods and like how much they can go through. So like the most shit in the world, right? It could be the worst case scenario, And it's very interesting because you see the TikTok videos, right? And I think one of the best ones, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. I know you have, Ryan, because you probably have more hours into TikTok than some people do video games. But
both multi-talented.
But the one where it's like, tell me you're white without telling me you're white, and then he walks in the house and he's like, Dad's home. You know.
Yeah.
But you see that a lot where parents, you know, they get into divided situations, and the kids, you know, that's very interesting watching the kids handle that, because when they go to school, and I don't know, it's I don't know, it's challenging because you don't know how bad it is for those people. But either way, Second Chance, another thing, famous song, Second Chance. Who made it?
Sing it to us.
That ain't happening.
I'm a little bit country.
No.
I'm a little bit rock and roll.
Artist starts with an S.
Slim Shady.
That's a fair guess.
You got COVID or what's going on over there?
Probably. It's going around.
Second Chance flu shot. Yeah.
No, Shinedown is the name of
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Here's Second Chance. COVID happened in 2020. We won't dig too deep into the politics of it, but life changed for a lot of people. They went through this phase of, you can't do this, can't do that. You can do this, but only if you have this. You can only work in certain jobs if you have, you know, the shot or shots, whatever it is anymore. If we see another go around, given the fact that we're upcoming on an election year again, you buying in?
No. Yep, they're trying to give it a good old second chance.
Ryan McConnell. I'm sorry, Amber. I already knew how you were going to answer that, because I can assume that up enough. Ryan McConnell, you just said no?
Correct.
Why?
Because I did all the boosters, I did all the shots, did all the stuff, saw
all
the
of
things.
Them? How many are there?
I've 12. Probably had 12 teen. Yeah. My heart did explode when they did the cell phone test thing, or the emergency broadcast from the aliens from space microwaving my brain. But they so I had the shot 1, shot 2. I got COVID in between those 2 shots. Awesome.
You're welcome.
Yep, thank you for that. Yep.
Remember, I'm pretty sure I started that, didn't
Patient 0. Yep, patient 0. And then after that I did like 1 boost, 2 boost, and then I think I don't know. I still have all my fingers and toes, guys. I don't know. You're looking at me like I'm gonna fucking, my dick's gonna fall off, but
don't you have your card to identify?
It's somewhere. Yeah, okay. I don't know where. It's fully placed in the junk drawer.
Oh, okay. But I mean, seriously though, if they say like, hey, we've got this going on again,
I think it comes down to the extent if it's like the hospitalizations and the deaths, right? Because that's the start where it freaked out everybody, amped up a bunch of deaths, and that kind of scared a lot of people just to like take the precautions to do that. And then once they realized that you could have just social distanced it and then been fine, you know, and not had to worry about it. But there are people that chose to be around it, so it spread more rapid. It just kind of amped up the stuff.
That was a good alteration. What you're saying, I'm proud of you today. Gold star.
I'm thinking about running for president.
Don't get too far ahead.
Strategery.
That's one thing I can't do. Second chance. Can't ever run for president. Wasn't born here.
Darn.
Yeah.
Darn.
But no, I think that's one thing though. When this whole topic's gone all over the map, but with COVID and stuff like that, like I said, it's I've known people that have got it again recently, but if they try to implement something where it's like, we have to change all these things to be able to see your parents, or the people that were, I remember I sold a car to a guy. It was a base Forester gray. I won't say his name, but I delivered it to him, and he couldn't see his wife because of the social distancing and all the things in 2020. And she was on the second floor in Del Rapids. And he couldn't even like get out of the car and have her go to the window to be able to see him. She died in
What was
there.
she in?
She was
What
just
was she in?
the nursing home or something. I don't know.
Oh,
whatever
okay. Yeah.
Whatever assisted living thing. Anyways, they wouldn't let him in there for that time frame. And she wasn't doing good. Well, they still wouldn't let him in there. He stops by to get his car washed even when I was in service there, and he told me she passed, and the last time he saw her was before COVID. So he spent that whole time, but he would just go sit outside her window and never had the opportunity to see her again, which is mind-blowing to me. But then he got to see her when she was dead in a casket. I'm like,
yep, they did the same thing to my grandma with our family.
Yeah.
That's why we had to do the double header for the funeral, because we couldn't do a legit funeral with COVID. So they allowed like my just immediate family, so just me, my dad, my sister, and that was just because it was like we knew it was end of life. But they let us in there in Florida. We still had to be masked and stuff in there though.
Do you think those things actually work, Ryan McConnell?
The masks? No.
Certain ones, maybe.
No. I mean, like the N94, whatever they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it N96, N92,
95.
95.
And 95. Sure.
94 and 86.
Everyone around it.
Yeah.
Can I get an amen?
This is the Jackbox 5000.
I still, because you got the fucking idiots that like remove it and then they like they rub their face and stuff and they put the mask back on. Like you're not doing it right at that point. Or they have it like below their nose because it's like it's just hot, I can't breathe.
Yep.
Then don't wear it because you're not doing anything to help right now. Just fucking hand sanitize and just stay away from me. Leave me alone.
Well, it's kind of like gloves, right? In restaurants. I don't know how many times I shouldn't say this out loud, but when you handle raw food and then you handle cooked food, probably shouldn't use the same
high five people.
Yeah. I've got some that are good at, but anyways, no, I find this to be very interesting. The fact that we're going down this path of the unknown. I guess we kind of segued into current events. Because I am so
second chances.
Well, I'm just gonna say this: the amount of videos that are floating around of fake interactions with airplanes and missiles saying that it's the US getting ready for Iran and all. The one guy legitimately posted in it, and he said, he goes, this was a training done in California a year ago, and he posted the same video because he had it. And I was just like, yeah, people are posting and saying that like these warheads are getting ready. And
the thing is, that's weird. And I like the doomsday prepper stuff. Like, I haven't jumped on that bandwagon. If we want to talk about that, we should get Ty in here, because Ty's like a hardcore doomsdayer. And
we've been trying to get him since day one.
I don't think we actually have legitimately tried. We've talked about it. And he said that'd be fun, and we just have never. Have you ever called him and said you want to do it tonight?
Yeah,
I thought he said no.
I've called him twice about it.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably just wants to do it with me. I get it. You're probably using him as a backup when I'm gone or something. So, yeah, no.
Second chance.
Yeah, I do find it weird that there's more videos and topics and discussions and news about this than all of the Ukraine stuff for the last year and a half.
Oh yeah. Well, the
that
thing is,
blows me away.
Well, I think there's more context to the people involved in the backstories of each country. I mean, the stuff with, it's crazy. You go back to when, since we're all the same age, you go back to when we were in elementary school, middle school, high school, the history classes that we took, and we learned about, we learned about, Christopher Columbus and shit like that. Now kids are going to learn about 9/11. They're going to learn about Iran. They're going to learn about Israel. They're going to learn about Iraq. All the things that we experienced.
Oil. Right?
Yeah.
That's your answer. Multiple choice. Oil.
But no, it's the history of it all. But like, I think that's the thing though, is the context of all the people that are involved in this one and how it came to fruition. Because what are the odds that people are getting shot and killed with US equipment?
Yeah. Dude,
Very
my
high.
favorite thing that I've seen on the internet is like when it has like our big boats and our big fucking like all of our jets and stuff, and then it says you're about to
They're called
find
carriers,
out why
but yeah. Oh, look at that yacht.
Ships. Oh, look at that yacht. Anyway,
That
you're about to find out. You're about to find out why America doesn't have free healthcare. And that's it. That's it. Yeah, fuck around and find out.
Perhaps.
Hmm. What was last week's
The
topic? Frowned upon. What do we say?
oh, by the way, no.
What was last week's topic?
Yeah.
Amber, remember
No.
what we kept saying?
Okay.
What was it?
Frowned upon.
No.
What?
Was it frowned upon? Frowned upon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I
Oh, wait.
listened to that, by the way, in the first 15, 20 minutes and the amount of talking you guys did.
Probably more than we've ever heard us talk ever without you here.
Dude, you guys were doing two things. You're coming at me and you're coming at your employer. It was
we were not.
oh, the Dairy Queen thing. And you guys are like, oh yeah, I bet he doesn't do this or he doesn't do that. And then, oh yeah, if you don't do this, it's frowned upon.
Frowned upon.
Hey, I didn't go at you at all. And I actually said that I don't like when they do that to my Blizzard.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to scoop up like a fly.
Well, what I want to do is I actually want to get mashed potatoes and put it in a cup one time and flip it and give it to somebody and see if they even notice.
I mean, they would notice if it's potatoes. Yes.
Not if you find like grind it up. Anyways,
if you grind up potatoes.
I feel like I would know if I was eating potatoes or ice cream.
That's what they use for the commercials. All the pictures.
Potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. The specific like blend. The ice cream and melt.
The more you know.
You want to know what's funny about that? I thought I could get these kids.
They give it to hobos after.
There's like a 17-year-old, two 17-year-olds. They were kids, minors. Anyways, they're in the restaurant and I brought them their stuff and we were shorthanded, so I helped out. And I asked them, I said, hey, for a free dilly bar, do you know what they use in commercials and advertisements for ice cream? And no hesitation, she goes, mashed potatoes. I was like, how'd you know that? She goes, saw it on the internet. Like,
nice.
Of course you did.
Candy apple.
Yeah, I was kind of whatever. But no. Let's go
back to second chances.
Yeah, let's go the route of females and makeup.
So you got a crazy stupid bitch. Oh, yeah, I thought we were going somewhere else.
No. So do your input, Amber. Do you feel that putting on so much makeup, right? Or you have, some females, they'll have some surgeries to, tighten up.
You've seen the TikToks.
Tighten up the downstairs and butt lifts or lip things.
We call that a cross stitch.
I don't know. I've heard people do it when they get older. Which whatever. But I mean, second chance at being young again, but like with makeup and like how much is too much? How far is too far in your eyes? Just because, I mean, the number one thing out there, right? For a lot of people is because I have a lot of friends that did it too, but after you have kids, and Katie and I have talked about this too, but after you have kids, things change here. And then that's the number one thing people do. But when you deal with the other stuff, the face, lips, cheeks, these, I know mutual friends
of ours. Shoulders, knees, and toes.
What do they call that?
Your forehead?
Acupuncture?
No,
Botox?
It's Botox.
Botox, that's what it is.
Acupuncture, it's a carrier. Fucking boats.
So
I
think, I know my opinion's probably a little bit different than a lot of people, but I feel like you're getting older and you're going to age, and I think that's fine. I don't think you have to go to all these extremes doing things to your face, because then you do that and you start looking at these women that are older and they've been doing that and now their faces just look weird and there's just no going back. You can't fix it.
There's ways to do it. There's a tasteful way.
There is a tasteful way.
Or there's a non-tasteful way.
Yeah. Yes. So like a tasteful way is like, okay, maybe if you like do, whatever, maybe like a little bit of Botox here and there or something.
Crow's feet.
But as far as like doing something to like your cheeks and injecting your lips and all that stuff, like it just when your face looks obviously fake, that's worse than if you have a little bit of.
It's like that guy from Just Go With It.
Yeah.
Just Go With It. Adam Sandler. Where he's like,
it's like you don't need to be 60 and looking 40. You're 60. Like
only argument to that, J-Lo. J-Lo, Jennifer Aniston, they figured it out.
Yeah, but they don't look.
Yeah, turns out it's eating kiwis.
They don't look weird. No,
Yeah, who'd have
like
thought?
No, but I'm saying is that they've perfected the when they look 50, they look 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't know. Who knows? But I've never understood like I don't know. At 60 or even 50 plus, why would you tighten up the downstairs? But whatever.
I don't
All the
know.
sex they're having, you know?
Yeah. The more you know.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is too is like people see it and it's like especially around here, right? Like when you're in California, like when I was just in San Diego, it's probably harder to tell who's a guy and who's a girl out there, to be 100% honest, because there's really good surgeons out there probably. But there's a lot of people that do. I mean, everywhere you go, there's some sort of spa or shop or something out there. Whereas
Even on
here,
our
there's
cruise,
what's that?
our cruise even had like a thing for like Botox and this and
Oh,
that and
really?
that while you're on the cruise. Yeah.
Yeah, and around here, there's not as many choices, but also I feel like the Midwest has just accepted their blue collar.
I think
World.
that this is gonna. I should just shut up. Never mind.
No, what? You gotta go now.
I think that.
Don't change
I don't
it.
know if I could do it. I think the Midwest just has a different figured folk to where it's already too past gone that simple surgery won't fix, right? You still have to kind of somewhat maintain that. You can't just be like, I can't be a big fatty and then just like have it my fucking gut sucked off like every 2 years. I don't know how that works. There's people that have had like gastric bypass surgery,
Yeah,
right?
they lose
and then
a ton of weight.
ton of weight, then their skin's all flappy, and then they gain it back.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's all about the person.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
again, tasteful, not tasteful.
Mhm.
You think the cold has something to do with it?
Dude, there's this dude online that talks about like breathing and like oxygen and like lack of whatever and like just doing breathing exercises of how your body delivers oxygen to your organs is a big factor in all this stuff.
Mm.
And then I just saw a thing too that they said the Mayo Clinic just stated that dementia is like a form, they're labeling it as diabetes 3 for
That's
like sugar
possible.
diet stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't know that was a thing.
So yeah, diabetes 3. So
But yeah, I think the cold could have something to do with it because when the weather is
nice
cold
you go
and
outside. Yeah.
shitty and you don't want like I don't know.
Everything
For
shrivel
me
up.
it's harder to be motivated to do things and work out and stuff like that when it's cold, and also you have like the feeling of, well, I'm gonna be layered in clothes anyways.
Yeah.
Like no one
Yeah.
sees this.
I'll never forget when I worked at Shields, this gal literally told me, she goes, yeah, she's like, I don't buy my kids. This is when all the kids they still do, but wore shorts and sweatpants. And she said that she only buys her kids jeans so it doesn't allow them to think they have room to grow out in it, which was a little extensive, but yeah, it's crazy how much people worry about that. There's a couple people that moved here from Kentucky and they don't get as cold in Kentucky apparently. But I go, yeah. I said, you ready for winter? And he goes, what kind of coat should I get? I said, warm one.
Several.
And he's like, okay. And I said, I'm gonna call you on the day that it's -20 and it feels like it hurts to breathe. And he goes, -20? And I was like, what's the coldest you ever had in Kentucky? He's like,
40.
10, 20.
Yeah.
That was the coldest. I was like, okay, -20, 30-mile-an-hour winds. Doesn't sound fun, does it?
-60, polar vortex.
Yeah. And it's funny because yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll scare him away. I don't know. Hope not. But
Yeah.
yeah, another one. We promise amongst the three of us to have a topic before 8:30 on Wednesday.
Ooh.
Just like we're gonna have special guests. Come on in, you'll see.
I'll show you the text of the one that I was gonna have for today. But she didn't know we did video. And she apparently is on medication for something I don't know. Whatever. Stop asking. But she has her own podcast, as well.
Nice.
But
Let's
anyways,
get Andy and Tasha back.
we could.
You think they could get him with Mitchell?
Who?
I would love Mitchell.
Wouldn't that be dope?
Wanna?
I
Even
just
if
saw.
we could just get Mitchell.
Yeah, I saw, or even just like, because what happened usually was that Andy was gone. It was always Tasha and Mitchell, and I saw her Facebook post or something that they met up. You know, I was like, oh, getting the
I
band back together.
know.
That'd
My
be fun.
God. I'm gonna
Um,
message Mitchell and ask if he'll join us.
Good.
Yes.
Um,
You know Mitchell on a personal level or what?
huh?
We're on a
Me?
first name basis.
I
Yeah,
know.
everybody's his first name basis with
Good
Mitchell.
thing about it. Anyways, so yeah, we'll do another one Wednesday. Should be good to go.
Yep.
Wednesday.
Can you get her to say bye forever?
Curtis, who? Amber?
Hmm?
Why would Amber say it?
Yeah, I don't know how.
No, not Amber. Who's can hardly talk that you're holding?
Oh, you think she's gonna say that?
That's why I asked, can she?
There
I didn't
she
say
goes.
make her.
Can you say bye bye?
Yeah, good wave. I dig it. Yeah. All right, bye
Beautiful,
forever.
sweetie.